All right, everybody. In studio with us, we have the debonair, the charming, the effervescent, the translucent. I'm just trying to think of big words right now to describe myself because our guest didn't show up today. And so instead, you're going to have me talk. But I'm excited about this opportunity because there's something I've been waiting to talk to you about, wanting to talk to you about. And it takes a few minutes. So every time we have a guest on air, I want to dive into their world. But now we get to dive into the world that we're rocking and rolling with. And here's what I want to talk about is I want to talk directly to those people who own a home currently, home sellers. If you are thinking about selling your home, I want to walk you through exactly what that looks like, okay? I would imagine that you're either going to sign up on our website or you're going to contact us via phone. Now, what happens is you're going to immediately be received by our service department. ISAs is what we call them, inside sales and inside service. But if we break it down like that, that's ISIS, and I don't want to call our crew ISIS. And so instead, we're going to call them ISAs, inside service agents. They're going to receive your call. We've had Robbie in studio with us, Robbie Trefethrin, who has built that department for us. And here's their job. If you're a home seller, they're going to spend an inordinate amount of time listening to you and find out what it is that you are selling, why you want to sell, the importance of your home, the memories that you have in there, and to do a really great and intensive job at listening through that entire process. Oftentimes people will say, Eric, you know, if I'm calling, I'm not, I'm going to feel like a number, and that's the last thing that we possibly want. And they're going to say, Eric, you know, you run a large organization and I want to have personal care, and I want you to have personal care as well. And so we make sure that that happens, and that starts with our inside service agents. They'll slow down. They'll listen to everything it is that you're wanting. If you want to go fast and just set the appointment, we can sure do that as well. So that's the first step. The second step is you're going to meet with the agent that's going to be selling your home. Yes, I run the company, but I'm not the one actively selling anymore because you don't want me. That's the thing is you don't want me to be the guy who's trying to do everything because I have a lot on my plate and I wouldn't be able to give you the service that you deserve. Instead, I get to have my hand in the cookie jar of every person that comes into our world. I get to coach, I get to lead, I get to empower those people. And so you're going to work with our listing department, and you'll work with a minimum of 2 people in our listing department. We've had Mark in studio before. Mark is one of our listing agents. And so let's say you're working with Mark. Mark comes with a partner, and her name's Kirsten. Both of them are there to care for you through that entire process. One is more on the sales side and negotiation side, and one is on the service side. I want you to see that thread that we have there, that we have service in the beginning, and we have service in the middle here, now that it comes time to get your home listed. So we're going to talk and we'll figure out the price of your home. We'll talk about your needs, the timing of it. We're going to educate you on the entire process. We're going to share with you all that we're going to do to get your home sold. Because here's what happens out there, gang, is that most people think that the 3 Ps happen. Realtors put a sign in the yard, they put it on the MLS, and then they pray that it's going to sell. And those are all 3 things that we do, but we do a whole lot of other things from the entire scheme and stream of the alphabet that are going to hit and hopefully will tickle your fancy to make sure that we show you that this investment that you're making in us is also an investment that we're going to be making with our time, with our money, and with our people. And so we're gonna show you how we're going to have great service through that entire piece. Now, what happens after that is we'll put your home on the market. We have somebody specific who's going to be there to do everything from put the sign in the yard to receive the calls in the office. Now, when leads and people who are interested in your house, when those opportunities arise, we're going to make sure that those, again, go to our inside service agents. Those calls do. Because if your agent, let's say Mark is your agent, if he is the one receiving the call to respond, what happens is if he's in another appointment, he can't take that call with immediacy. And timing is kind of everything when it comes to a sales gig. And if you can't respond quickly, there's a good chance that that person will go and have curiosity about another house and forget about yours because of the saturation of all the things and stimulations that we have. And so we make sure that that call, that inquiry, that email is going to go to our inside service agent department to make sure that that lead can be responded to quickly. Because, gang, if you're selling your house with us, we're going to make sure that everybody who's interested is going to get a chance to have dibs at it. Everybody and anybody who has a high level of interest should be the ones who are responded to quickly. And I'm not gonna not take great care of my current clients, but we're gonna have people who take care of our current clients, and we're gonna have people who take care of potential new clients. That's a really big deal, and I don't think it's being done well enough in our industry as a whole. I'm talking universally across the board, is that a lot of the times we're trying to wear too many hats to be everything for everyone, when really we need to be great in one key area or a couple key areas each. Fortunately, I have a team and a business that allows us to be great in every one of those areas because we have enough people. But I want you to hear this clearly. If you're looking at selling your home, we have service in the beginning, we have service in the middle. And we're going to go to break here in just a second. We're going to continue to talk about this process of what it looks like to sell your home, the stress, the angst that you can expect, the days on market you can probably anticipate, and everything in between. But in the meantime, head to livefargomoorhead.com, friends. This is Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch. Welcome back to Real Estate Radio. As always, I'm your host, Erik Hatch, and in studio with us, we still have the best guest of all time for today. His name is Erik Hatch. We are talking in depth again, diving into detail of what it looks like when it comes to list your home. We just talked about your initial inquiry all the way to when your home gets on the market. Now that your home is on the market, gang, here's what you can expect right now, and stats change every day, but right now, if you list your home and it's going to be listed, I'd say under $300,000, you can expect your house to be on the market 2 months or less. With that, you can anticipate anywhere from one showing upwards to dozens, if not hundreds of showings. But here's what happens, is if your home is on the market and if somebody comes and they take a look at it, what that validates is it validates the marketing that's been done. It validates the pictures, the description, and the interest that somebody has. And now if they don't make an offer on that house, here's what they're saying. They don't like the price based on the condition, and that is all tied to location. The marketing gets them in the door. Understand that is that when people come, they're saying that the price appears to match the neighborhood, which appears to match the condition. I'm interested. I'm curious. But if they come to the house and they're no longer making a move on it, it's really a matter of, unfortunately, price or condition. I would love to tell you different and to say that, we as a real estate company have a responsibility to coach you and to educate you on how to have your home show in pristine fashion. But if somebody comes to your house and they don't make an offer on your house, the things don't match up. The price doesn't match the condition, which doesn't match the location. And so we have to understand that there's things you can't change, right? There's intangibles with your house in terms of layout, in terms of size, that for the most part, you're not going to go ahead and change. But maybe they wanted something to be more updated, or maybe they wanted rooms to be bigger. Maybe there's a smell or an aroma. But our job is we're going to seek out feedback, again, making sure that we understand and know every time that somebody shows your house what they liked and what they didn't. Because if there's things that you can tweak and change to get your home sold, we certainly want to do that. Now, moving forward, if your home is priced over $300,000, I expect your house to sit on the market for maybe a few months. Now, there could be a buyer out there that moves today, or it could take an inordinate amount of time. But price is going to be the way in which we determine how fast your home is going to sell. Our marketing will always be top of the line. That's my promise to you, is that we're going to call out to the masses with the most revised and intricate marketing that we possibly can to make sure that they know about your house. But if people aren't coming, they just don't like the price. And I wish it were different, but they're saying they don't like the condition or they don't like the price, but it's kind of the same thing. Now, let's say you get an offer on your home. We're going to start negotiating, and that's when we have our negotiation ninjas, our listing agents who are there. All our listing agents sell literally a handful of homes a week. They have experience in negotiating in this market. It's not their first rodeo. And so they're going to be fully set up to give you a great experience, making sure that we capture your money and that all that cash stays in hand for you. Now, after that, it's about a 30 to 60 day, and it depends on the contract. It's a 30 to 60 day time when it goes from contract to close. That can be a frustrating time because you're packing, you're going through inspections, appraisals are happening on your house. Maybe you're shopping for your new place or you're trying to figure out where you're going to move, and that can be a stressful time. And so not only do you have your listing agent as a part of that, but now we have a transaction coordinator whose entire job is to service that transaction, making sure that from contract to close, nothing gets dropped. That we don't forget about a detail that when it comes to closing, it could cause a delay or a loss of cash, which always, no matter what it is, increases frustration and disappointment. And so we're ensuring that we have these steps put into place that we're servicing this contract all the way through. Now, I said that the average days on market are about 60 for homes under 300,000. We studied our numbers and we found out that Hatch Realty's average days on market in 2016 were 32. That's an exciting number, knowing what the market is saying. But that market number of 60 is showing both the homes over 300,000 and under 300,000. But what I think is that most homes, if under $300,000, realistically should have an accepted contract on it probably within the first month. If we're right on price, if we're right on condition, and we're going to make sure our marketing is pristine with what we're doing. And so now the final step is this. Your deal has closed, but we don't think that's the end of the dance there, everybody. We actually think that's the beginning of a relationship. Because you're going to need plumbers, you're going to need electricians, you're going to need maybe interior decorators. You might need car care. You might need help connecting with a designer. You might want access to flooring or anything else, whether it's about your home or about your life. And we want to be a connection piece for you. So we're working on building a really great network of people that we're trying to get discounts negotiated for you for your life. In addition to that, we're having client relation opportunities that are going to happen and continue. Right now, we're doing 8 times a year. You're going to hear me talk probably next week about our date night that's coming up. Just for being one of our friends, whether you're a client or not, you can go to our website and sign up for date night. That means that on February 8th, you're going to get a free take and bake pizza from us, either wine, beer, or soda, a Redbox movie coupon, and that's just us saying, hey, we love you, we care about you, thank you for being in our lives, and thank you for being an advocate for us. Those kind of things will happen 8 times a year for us to try to give back to you. Again, whether you're a client or not, because we care about relationships and we care about service. So that is it in a nutshell, my friends. If you're going to work with Hatch Realty, if you're going to list your home, that's what it's going to look like. But each of you is going to have a unique walk. So we need to talk about that. 701-369-4839 or head to livefargomoorhead.com.